Hi guys, it's Kari here, and I know I've been away for a while. I'm trying out some new lighting tonight, so if the lighting looks weird, give me some feedback. In my house, I like to keep things pretty dim at night, so I don't have a lot of good lighting, so I've got a ring light here, and I kind of like it, but you can always let me know what you guys think. So let's get started. I've been gone since the 11/11, if you watched my last video that I had posted. And of course I've been going through my own ascension process. I've been dealing with these portals, with these huge energetic dates like the winter solstice on December 21st. And it occurred to me that through talking to a friend who I'm kind of helping him through ascension, and then also I think I had a comment on one of my videos from someone wanting to know more about the portals. Okay, so I would like to start my first video of 2020 by explaining these portals a little bit more, because this is really important, and I've got inspiration through talking to him today that I really do need to explain this stuff a little better, because it is making a difference for certain people. And my channel is going to be changing a ton this year. I'm probably going to change the name of it yet again. It's going to have lots more topics that are not just ascension related. We're going to talk about how to cultivate a better character, how to let go of some of these emotional toxins and these emotional wounds that are holding people back from raising their frequency. I'm just going to get more detailed into certain things. Of course, I'm still going to be talking about natural cures, but I want to get more into talking about eating healthy and just a lot of the things that are still keeping a portion of humanity in a lower frequency. I really want to get practical about how we can change that now, and how we can rise together in some real fundamental ways. So I hope you'll stay tuned. I'll explain the name change and all of that in another video, but for now I really want to stick to discussing the portals in this video. So if you watch my other videos, some going back even a year or two, you find that I have discussed the portals, the ascension portals, okay? But I want to break it down a little further, because I realize some people feel that it's been a bit too general for them, and that's fine, because I am totally willing to go there. You know, Spirit talks to me when it's time to make a video, and it was urging me to do so tonight. I didn't really plan on it. This is a weird time of night for me to be doing this, and I was going to vacuum my bedroom actually, but I looked at the vacuum cleaner and Spirit was like, sit down and make this video. So I try to always listen, and this is what I want to deliver to you guys. Okay, so we have Earth. Okay, Earth has been in the third dimension for a very, very long time, okay? Thousands of years. And Earth was designed, okay, to be sort of like a school, okay, for souls to incarnate in different bodies and then come here to have different experiences, reincarnate, live different lives, that sort of thing, okay? However, there have been times on this earth where it was a lot more enlightened. There were enlightened civilizations like, excuse me, Atlantis, Lemuria, okay? And we don't know exactly what happened. We should remember when we return to full consciousness, but we know that something occurred to lower the consciousness of the humans that were living in those civilizations, okay? I've heard that there were off-race or off-planet races, okay, aliens that did not have good intentions, that were malevolent, right? Not benevolent, but malevolent, which is the opposite, which is you know, ill-intended, had come and somehow forcefully forced themselves upon the female portion of those civilizations, basically raping them and creating a hybrid, okay, which started to infiltrate the higher consciousness of that civilization, okay. For some of you, this is going to sound really far out there. Others of you are going to be like, I've already heard this, you know, I believe it, or whatever. And for some of you, you might just be open. This might be totally new, and you're just open to the information. So what I would encourage is for you not to put a wall up and just allow the frequency, because when I'm speaking, it's not just words. These are frequencies that come through, energy that comes through the voice. And this stuff has been put into me, into my consciousness for a reason, okay? So think about that. Why am I here? Why am I making this video? Why am I making this channel, okay? Am I trying to get something out of you? No, I'm not. I make a little bit of money on my Amazon affiliate links, but it's not much to speak of. However, that is another thing that is going to be changing in 2020. I've had this channel pretty much given information freely for about 3 years now, and I am going to start offering a little bit more, but that's going to be, you know, totally optional and paid. I don't know if I'm going to do my Patreon or whatnot, but there are going to be other things that I'm going to be teaching and demonstrating and giving information about that I'm going to be asking for money for. So just want to give you a heads up, but I still will be making some free videos, because I still feel that my purpose is to give some information for free, okay? But because of my time and my energy, I want to start asking for something for that, because I'm worth it, and I want to also demonstrate abundance in my life. So now that I got that out of the way, back to what might have happened, what might have occurred with this fall of consciousness. It could have been that these off-planet aliens or whatnot mated or raped these ascended or enlightened females that were in this civilization on Earth, this enlightened civilization on Earth, and then just created an alien race or a hybrid race that eventually started wanting to take control. And that might make some sense when you think about like the reptilians, you know, so because they obviously look human or can at least take a human form, okay? So there's that. And what I'm basically wanting to say, I need to wrap back around here, because I get there's so much going through me right now, you know, that I get just like thrown off sometimes. But back to the portals. Basically, this planet has been trapped in a lower dimension, okay, since those civilizations. But there has always been a plan. There's always been a plan in place in order to redeem this planet. Okay, that's the divine plan. And that's the reason that I feel that I'm here now, and many light workers or starseeds or whatever they choose to call themselves are here right now, have incarnated here right now, and have been awakened and given instructions to help in whatever facet that they're helping with. But all of it is to the same end. It's all to ascend this planet to a higher dimension, and to have this mass ascension with planet Earth, and also the portion of humanity that is ready for that, that is able to ascend. Okay, this is a grand opportunity that we have upon us, and it's one that has only been possible every 26,000 years. That is a long damn time. But think about that. 26,000 years, that is the amount of time that it takes for our planet to basically go through a whole, I don't even know what you want to call it, a rotation, a journey, to where it can get back into the bandwidth that we are now in. which is into the galactic core. Okay, the galactic core of the universe is an area of the cosmos where higher energy, higher frequency light codes from source or from God or whatever you want to call it, okay, from the source. I like to call it source because I just feel like that encompasses it without getting into a religious area. So we got into that area of space known as the galactic core on December 21st, 2012, which was the winter solstice of the year 2012. Don't you remember back in that year when everybody was saying the world's gonna end and there was all this everything? And then of course it didn't. Look, it's still gone on, right? We're 8 years past that now. And it's like people are saying nothing happened. See, nothing happened, okay? All these prophecies were wrong. Well, no, they weren't wrong. It's just in the understanding of it, because that was extremely significant. Major things did happen. And I just looked at my timer and it said 11:11 right then. So we're on the right track, guys, with this video, which is just awesome. I love when I get confirmation like that. So, you know, we got into that bandwidth of space known as the galactic core. And that is when we began to be bathed in these higher energies coming from source, okay? They're transformative energies that have the power to literally evolve us into a completely different species, okay? Into our divine selves, into our light bodies. And however, that kind of energy is extremely potent and extremely powerful. And if it were to just zap us all at once, it would blow up the planet and everybody on it immediately. Okay, it is so powerful, so potent. And so therefore, it has to happen in increments. It has to happen in stages. And it's been happening little by little through these portal dates, okay, since 2012. So for 8 years. And some of you might say, well, 8 years is a long dang time. But really, is it? Is it? I mean, on the whole landscape of eternity, what is 8 years? It's the blink of an eye, okay? So we have made rapid changes in 8 years. Look at the things that exist now that didn't exist. Look how many more things you can do online. Look at these smartphones that we have. I'm not saying all of it's been used for the good or whatever. I'm not going to get into that, but point being is, look at all the advancements that have happened. Look at the world events that have happened in 8 years' time. It's mind-blowing. So when you consider that, you have to see that these energies are doing their job, okay? But they're doing it in stages. And so what happens is certain dates are code for the universe. And I've explained this in other videos, and I've been consistent with this for the last 3.5 years. So codes, they're codes to the universe, just like binary code for computers. You know, they have to have codes when they write computer programs. Just like that, there has to be code for the universe when it comes to dispensing certain energy. And so when we have a double date, such as a 1-1, a 2-2, a 3-3, a 4-4, meaning the month and the year, okay? Especially the really potent ones are like the 8-8, which is known as the Lion's Gate, August 8th. You know, the 9-9, the 10-10, the 11-11, and the 12-12, okay? Those are huge portals each year, every single year. And then we've got full moons. Full moons are a portal. New moons are like a mini portal. We've got solstices, equinoxes, okay? These things happen every single year. And eclipses, which we just had one yesterday, okay? A pretty powerful one. It was a full moon eclipse. a full lunar eclipse, full moon, okay? And today is actually a portal. So the 11th of the month, so today's 1/11, and the 1st of the month, the 1, those are all smaller portals, okay? So if you will start to tune into what I'm saying here and take note, you might start to realize things coming up in you, emotional things, thoughts, physical symptoms coming up in you right before any of these portals, okay? I definitely felt them before this lunar eclipse that we had yesterday, and you might have too. There were a lot right around the 1st, right? The beginning of the year 2020. There was a lot going on right around the solstice, the 21st, right before Christmas. And if you will start to tune in, you will start to realize that you are feeling these energies, and they are coming in pretty strongly. Not only are you feeling them, but everyone else is feeling them too, whether consciously or unconsciously. And the people that are feeling them unconsciously, meaning they're not really aware of this process, they really demonstrate some odd and sometimes vicious, I don't want to say vicious, but just nasty behaviors. And it's because what's happening is these energies are actually bringing stuff up in us. They penetrate us. They penetrate us to the cellular level. They penetrate your psyche, okay? And they cause things to come up in us that are lower frequency, stuck emotions, lower emotions like fear, jealousy, you know, hate, anger, like the trapped trauma that's been like stored deep into our subconscious mind. It causes these things to bubble up to the surface, and it can feel very overwhelming. It can feel very uncomfortable. It can feel very almost like manic, okay? So if you feel those things going on, don't feel that there's anything wrong with you. Realize it might be around a portal, and these are things that you need to acknowledge, you need to sit with, you need to process, you need to make time for these portals, okay? Because this is the most important thing that's going on here, folks. Okay, so all your other social calendar is second to this, trust me. I've been living this for over a decade, so I know. I mean, my whole life has been stripped more than a few times for this process. So I'm in complete, I live in a completely surrendered state to this process. Everything I do is for this process. Most decisions I make, everything. I am living this ascension process. Why? Why? Some people say, you know, can't you just live a normal life? Because there isn't a normal life here. That's the thing that people don't realize. This place has not been normal. And to go on and try to build a normal life here full of joy and abundance and all that stuff, you are stopped at almost every single angle because of laws and rules and taxes and poison in the food and poison in the water and chemtrails in the sky. Okay, there isn't just burying your head in the sand and living a happy little life here, okay? The people that think they are, I just think that they are kind of in denial, that they don't realize, they're not awake enough to realize how god-awful this place has been, you know? Or they just can't afford to because they're so damn busy, right? Having to feed their families, having to keep up with all the things that the material things that they have, that they cannot afford to take an honest look at what the hell is going on here, okay? That's where the light warriors and the light workers and the star seeds come in, okay? That's where we made a commitment to this, to not forget, to not bury our heads in the sand, to not just move on living our life for ourselves. This is where we come in and hold true. We hold the light, we hold the truth. And even in that category, many of those people that incarnated with that mission got lost in the Maya, right? In the illusion. And they're not pulling their weight, so to speak. So now it falls on even a smaller group of people, okay? So you have to be almost like a badass in order to stay true to this mission here, because chances are no one around you is dedicated nowhere near the level that you're dedicated to if you're a light warrior or a light worker here, okay? And I'll make other videos about that later, but for now I just want to say that these portals serve the purpose of letting this energy from source in incrementally so that we can over time raise the vibration of this planet enough to become what we're destined to become, and that is a 5D, fifth dimensional planet, okay? And to live in unity without war, without sickness, without death, without all of the crap that we've had to deal with in the third dimension, okay? That is the divine plan here. And it's the biggest thing that's going on in the universe, by the way. And just because some of you don't know it, or some of you people that you know, you might know, don't know it and think it's crazy, that doesn't mean it's not happening. That just means they don't know it, okay? They don't realize it. It's happening, folks. I can tell you 100% it's happening. And this is from years of connecting the dots. This is from years of having things that I have come to know internally, verified and confirmed by people that I don't even know at all, that live maybe across the globe, okay, and are saying the same thing. So this is something that is not, it's not up to, you know, opinion. This is happening. And there are many, many off planet races that are benevolent, meaning peaceful, loving, well-intended beings that are monitoring our ascension process in light ships that are higher dimensional vehicles, where they can hang out around the atmosphere in outer space above Earth and monitor this process and monitor the consciousness level, okay? They have ways of measuring this stuff. I can't, from Kari Marie sitting right here in this body, I can't tell you, but I know that they do. And I also know that I have a higher aspect of myself that does help monitor. And so that's why I can speak from that. Now, those parts of myself aren't completely merged to where I have all of that information in my conscious mind now, but these are things I know because I feel them without a doubt. And I've stopped doubting myself a while ago. So I think that's all I can really say about that for now. With the portals, the best thing to do is you got to release. You have to release and let go of whatever is coming up and troubling you, and whatever is asking, is nudging you to let go of. Whether that's toxic people, whether that's your job, whether that is whatever it may be. Because if you don't, if you keep holding on, you will get stuck on a lower frequency, okay? Now, I'm not here to tell you that you can't catch up later, that you can't, you know, raise your frequency later, but you might not, okay? But if you've watched this far, I'm pretty sure you've made it through all of the portals, because a person who hasn't, I don't think they would get this far. They would probably think that this was nonsense and not be able to absorb it. So, but yeah, you have to let go. The reason is, it's a portal. A portal is a doorway, okay? A portal is an entrance to something, a passageway. And how you get through them is by shedding the lower density things that would hold you down. You want to be lighter and lighter as you ascend, right? And you are able to get through these portals because you've cleared the baggage. You've cleared the lower 3D crap, okay? It's just like, I've given this analogy before, but I'm going to give it again because I think it's awesome. And so far as I know, I'm one of the only people who have used it. I've never heard it anywhere else. So think about a hot air balloon, okay? How does a hot air balloon get off the ground? Well, it has sandbags that are holding it down, tethering it down to the ground, right? And just before the hot air balloon lifts off the ground, they have to toss these sandbags over, right? They have to get rid of them, right? Well, they have to get rid of the weight, what's holding the hot air balloon down, okay? Excuse me. It's the same with us. When we have emotional pain, when we have, you know, fears, when we have anger, jealousy, non-forgiveness, self-loathing, all that shit, that is 3D baggage. Those are sandbags, and we have to throw them over the side. We got to get rid of them if we want to fly, literally, if we want to fly. And so it's not an easy process. Sometimes it feels like you're dying, okay? There are small deaths involved in this process, but your true self is not dying and can never die, okay? This is just ego. This is just part of the ego self, part of the personality, the physical personality that's dying. That's all. That's the only thing that's dying, okay? So I think I've pretty much said all that I wanted to say, and this is getting pretty long, but I've decided I'm also not going to try to make my videos any length this year because I just can't. I can't get caught up in trying to do things like everybody else is doing them and have these little 5 to 10 minute things and have all this editing, and I don't have the time or the energy, to be honest. So I have to do what I can when I'm urged to do it and just hope that somebody out there needs it and has enough attention span and desire to want to hear this information and watch the entire thing, okay? So thank you guys. They're not all going to be this long, obviously, but if it comes out like this, it comes out like this. I just don't have the time to go through and edit and take out parts that I can't do all that. That's a full-time freaking job. I have done some of it, and it's just, there's too many things that I'm supposed to do for me to get so caught up in the details of one of them. And I know that some of you can appreciate that. So thank you so much if you are one of my viewers, one of my subscribers. If you're not and you want to be, you know exactly what to do. And I welcome all of your comments. I may not be able to answer all of them, okay? But leave it anyways. Any kind of like really nasty comments or anything like that's all gonna be deleted, okay? So don't waste your time trolling me or whatever the hell you want to do if that's you. It's like I heard on another lady's tarot channel that I'm following now. She said, you know, we need to pray for the souls of the trolls. So, you know, really, because I lose sight of that sometimes because I get this disgusted feeling, but really they're lost. They are lost souls, you know, and they want other people to be lost, so they really do need some meditative prayer assistance. But anyway, I love you guys. I'm gonna go for now, and we made it through this major time of this new year, and this year's looking really exciting so far. So I'm gonna be with you during it, even though I'm gonna have a different channel name, but I will explain all of that. So if you just keep watching me and allowing me to guide you in whatever way that I can, I'm honored to do that. Okay, thank you guys. Aloha.